Students, now let us study the various theories of evolution. Some great scientists have given various theories. Charles Darwin, a biologist, studied numerous types of plants and animals and suggested that only those organisms are likely to survive which can best adapt themselves to the changing environment. This is called as a theory of the survival of fittest. This is Darwin's first principle. Let me quote an example here. The dinosaurs, they could not adapt themselves to the surroundings, hence they became extinct. Darwin further says that if an organism is born with a new beneficial characteristic and is able to survive in this change is preserved in the next generation. This is Darwin's second principle and is called the theory of natural selection. Now let us see classification of living organisms. Question number 1. Why are living things classified? It is difficult to study and remember all the organisms in this diverse living world at the same time. So, classification helps in this respect. Now, let us go to the second question. Which are the criteria used for classification of plants and animals? Now, different scientists have used different criteria independently and classified plants and animals. A hierarchy is formed in the classification that starts with kingdom Animalia or kingdom Plantae. Further groups and subgroups are formed depending upon the basic similarities and differences. This is called hierarchy of classification. Now, what does hierarchy mean? Hierarchy means ranked according to the status or authority. Now, let us see the hierarchy. Hierarchy starts with kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Let's take an example of mango. In case of mango, it belongs to kingdom Plantae, phylum Anthophylla, class Dicotyledone, order Sapinadales, family Anacardiaceae, genus Mangifera, and species Indica. Human beings, let's classify ourselves. How human beings are classified? We belong to kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, class Mammalia, order Primates, family Hominidea, genus Homo, and Sapiens as species. Now here in genus, the first letter of Mangifera indica, it's always written as capital, and in species the first letter is always written a small letter. So Mangifera indica, you have to write it in the same manner. If you make a mistake there, marks will be deducted. So you can observe here in Homo sapiens also, Homo, H is capital and S is small. Okay. I hope you have all understood the concept of hierarchy of classification. Now let us go to the next slide, binomial nomenclature by Carl Linnaeus. Now, Carl Linnaeus was a great scientist. He has classified the living organisms. Now, what are the advantages of using the scientific names for the organisms? The scientific name remains same worldwide and hence is easily recognizable. The possibility of confusion due to multiple names given to the same organism in different parts of the world is eliminated by scientifically naming the organism. A relationship between different species of organisms in a particular genus can be deduced by scientific names. It also helps in recognizing or identifying any new organism discovered. Any incorrect name to a particular organism can be corrected. The scientific names provided are often descriptive and also indicate some important characteristics of the organism. Now let us see the common names of certain organisms and the scientific names. The dog, scientific name Canis lupus. Housefly Musca domestica. Domestic means in the house, that's why it's called as domestica. Tiger Panthera tigris. Leopard Panther pardus. Lion Panthera leo. Bear Ursidia carnivora. Crow Corvus splendens. Similarly, let's see the common names of certain plants. For example, sunflower. Its scientific name is Helianthus anus. Mango Mangifera indica. Neem Azadirachta indica. Indica means from India. Rose is rosa. Tulsi is Ocimum tenuiflorum. Okay, I hope you all have understood the binomial nomenclature. Now, so here let's talk about our students' name only. For example, Kabir and Kiran. If there are 4 students in your class with the same name, how would you identify them? Hence, binomial nomenclature is used to identify each organism. Yes, and all these organisms are identified, have been assigned the name as per the guidelines of the International Code of Nomenclature. All the organisms of the species are so similar that irrespective of the differences in the color, height, habitats and habits, they can reproduce among themselves and form new individuals like themselves. For example, all domestic cats in the world belong to the same species. The same is true in case of animals like the hen, the cow, the dog, etc. and plants like the mango, wheat, maize, etc. Now let us go further to the concept map. Okay, so let us see the concept map. In the concept map, we can see that the plants are adapted to aquatic plants. Then plants are adapted in the water. They are called as aquatic plants. The desert plants, the plants growing in polar or the snowy regions. Then the forest plants, the grassland plants. The aquatic plants, they have a waxy layer and air spaces, and they also have petioles. The desert plants are have needle-like leaves, thorns in place of leaves, fleshy green stems, waxy coating. Plants growing in the polar or snowy regions, they are conical in shape and they have sloping branches and thick barks. Forest plants, they grow very tall, spring-like tendrils in the climbers. Grassland plants, they have fibrous roots, very tall or very short grasses. Adaptation in animals. Now let us see how these animals are adapted. The concept map, let's observe it. Yeah, aquatic animals, the body is spindle shaped, transparent eyelids, air bladders within the body. Then forest and grassland animals, for example the carnivores, they have strong legs, claws and canine teeth, padded paws, eyes in front of their head. Herbivores, the eyes are below the forehead, long tapering legs with hooves, long freely moving ears, strong teeth and camouflage. Desert animals, thick skin, long legs with flat cushioned soles, nostrils with folded skin, eyelashes thick and long. Aerial animals, spindle shaped body, hollow bones, lightweight body, feathered body, forelegs modified into wings. Reptiles, They have scales, clawed toes, thin soles, ability to change body color. Animals of snowy regions, white or silvery body color, long, thick hair on the skin. So if you learn this concept map, it is much easier for you to learn the classification of plants and animals. Now let us go to the exercise. In the exercise, let's go to the first question. Find by match, group A and group B. So first one is lotus. Its matching point is it's adapted to live in the water. Aloe, second one, adapted to live in the deserts. Cuscuta, it has got hostiarial roots for absorption of food. Venus flytrap, flower and leaves attract insects. Now the second question, read the paragraph and answer the following questions. I am a penguin. I live in polar region covered by snow. My abdomen is white. My skin is thick with a layer of fat underneath. My body is spindle shaped. My wings are small. My toes are webbed. We live in flocks. So the first question is, why is my skin white and thick, and why is there a thick layer of fat underneath? The thick layer protects these animals from cold, and they live in the snow, so they are camouflaged and they save themselves from their predators. Therefore, white skin is there. White skin is white and thick. Now let's go to the B question. Why do we live in flocks sticking close to each other? In order to reduce the relative area and to reduce the loss of heat. Third question, which geographical region do I inhabit and why? So they inhabit in the Antarctica region. Why? Because it is surrounded by ocean and the climate there is cold, dry and windy, and no human beings are there. The fourth question, which adaptation should you have to enable you to live permanently in the polar region and why? First point is, we should be warm-blooded animals. Second is, our body should be covered with fur or scales, so which will help in reduction of loss of heat, and we can survive in the severe cold. I hope you have followed this. You can write it on your own. Okay. Now let us go further to the third question. Who is lying? That means who is telling a lie? The cockroach. Cockroach says it has 5 legs. So it's wrong. The cockroach is lying here. Hen also says my toes are webbed. So the hen is also lying here. It's wrong. Cactus, my fleshy green part is the leaf. So it's wrong. It's the stem actually. Now read fourth question. Read each of the following statements and write a paragraph about adaptation with reference to each statement. First one, A, there is extreme heat in the deserts. So on page 5 you can find the answer. Grasslands are lush green. Page number 3. Insects are found in large numbers. So here I will tell you this answer. Insects are found in large numbers because they adapt themselves to the surroundings. Hence they are found there. Next, we hide. Page number 5. This point deals with camouflage. So I hope you all will be able to write it. Give examples here of different animals which camouflage. Then, E question. We have long ears. Page number 5. Let's go to the 5th question. Answer the following. A. Why is the camel called as a ship of the desert? Page number 5. You can find the answer there. B question. How can the plants like the cactus and acacia live in deserts with scarce water? Page number 2. Desert plants. You can find the answer there. C question. What is the interrelationship between adaptations of organisms and their surroundings? So page number 7. You can find out the interrelationship between the organisms and their surroundings. Last question. How are the organisms classified? Page number 8. You can find out how they are classified. So here you need not write question number 1 and question number 3, but you will write in the notebook question number 2, 4 and 5. And you will also study the classification of mango and the human beings, the hierarchy of classification also. Then you should read the lesson well, at least minimum 3 times. So I hope you all have understood the lesson and how the living things are classified. Now you will have a proper view and an outlook towards the animals and the plants as you visit different parks, or as you are moving around different gardens, or in your society or anywhere, you will be able to identify and classify them. So thank you very much, students. Goodbye.